awal peribadi kepada Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim telah selesai memberikan keterangan. Soalan yang ditanya oleh pihak polis kurang 30 soalan. Basically soalan itu adalah berkenaan dengan kejadian yang berlaku di dalam tunnel, di dalam terowong di KL Central, di mana polis telah melepaskan gas pemedih mata, di mana Fayyadh telah mengalami kecederaan yang sangat serius di bahagian pipi kirinya. Dan keterangan Fayyadh memang konsisten dengan apa yang telah terjadi pada hari itu, di mana Fayyadh nampak sendiri pihak polis yang berbaris memegang senapang dan menghalakan dengan arah yang tepat ya kepada Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, dan Fayyadh sendiri nampak arah tembakan itu. Jadi Fayyadh dengan cepatnya menjalankan tugas beliau, dia terus mengelak dan memegang tangan kiri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim untuk mengelak Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim daripada terkena tembakan itu, dan akibatnya Fayyadh sendiri terkena tembakan itu dan mengalami kecederaan yang sangat serius, dan Fayyadh telah dimasukkan ke hospital dan terpaksa menghadapi pembedahan yang melibatkan plastik surgery kerana ia mengakibatkan tulang yang retak dan terpaksa diganti dengan plate titanium, dan juga rahang Fayyadh juga lari ya. Dan beberapa hari selepas Fayyadh membuat laporan polis, Fayyadh tidak dapat bercakap kerana rahangnya affected by the tear gas canister that hit him on that day. Jadi berdasarkan soalan-soalan yang ditanya, itulah jawapan yang telah diberikan dan memang konsisten dengan apa yang telah terjadi pada hari itu, dan konsisten dengan banyak lagi keterangan saksi-saksi yang hadir pada hari kejadian di dalam terowong KL Central. Siva?
Okay, just very briefly. I think Fayyadh is the most important witness in what happened on July 9th in the KL Central underpass. Okay, I noticed that the police have until today they have not made any proper response to what we have alleged happened in the KL Central underpass. They have no answer as to why is it that the tear gas canisters were fired direct into a crowd, including Bersih, Pakatan leaders and ordinary Malaysians who were peacefully marching. Until today, no answer. They have no answer as to the severe injuries caused to Fayyadh. One of the worst injured in Bersih rally in July 9 is Fayyadh, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's personal bodyguard. They have no answer to why so many canisters were fired, causing such a thick concentration of gas inside the confined space of the underpass. They have no answer as to why is it that they fired without giving anyone any chance to disperse, or without even trying to make communication with us. The officer who was responsible, although we believe he would have had, is Wan Bari. Okay, the OCPD here, or he's also here. Now,
it's not the OCPD.
Sorry, he's the
OCS.
He's the OCS, I think. Now, but it doesn't matter who is responsible. At the bottom line is the government, the Home Ministry, and the police leadership are responsible for that, because they gave instructions to the police to hinder, obstruct, and do whatever necessary to stop and ensure that the Bersih rally is a failure. This was their standing instructions, in breach of the rights of the people to freely gather. That's why what happened on 9 July, the underpass incident, Tung Shin Hospital, and various things happened because of the instructions that were given to the police to come down hard and illegally and unlawfully on the peaceful marches. We say again, we also are very disappointed that there are mainstream media and news portals that keep saying it's an illegal rally. Let me make it very clear. The 9th July rally was not illegal. It was a lawful rally according to Article 10 of the Federal Constitution, which is the highest law of our country. I say again, it was a lawful, peaceful rally. It is a lie to say that the 9th March rally was an illegal rally.
So what exactly are you asking for, besides an investigation, obviously, any kind of compensation or apology or...
Compensation, of course, is absolutely necessary, particularly in the cases like Fayyadh. But our main concern is criminal acts, improper conduct by the authorities such as the police must stop. We want accountability. We want those who are responsible for giving the orders, those who plotted it, those who gave the orders from Home Ministry, all those must be held accountable and must answer for their actions. That is what we want. We want good governance. We want the people to be protected. That's what we want. That's
Meaning
our key.
charged in court? What do you mean by held accountable? Can you
Held
specify?
accountable, yes, charged in court.
Okay.
Because I said from the very beginning, the day after the rally, it was a criminal act, the firing into the KL Central underpass. It was a criminal act, and I maintained that, despite the fact that they started an investigation on me. Okay, I stand by that. So what does that mean? Those who are responsible must be charged. I mean the police officers, and I don't mean those lower ranking officers. I mean the culprits who gave the orders, the higher police officers and those sitting in the Home Ministry, and the Home Minister is the most responsible for this. Hishamuddin Hussein on. He is the one ultimately answerable for what happened on the 9th of July. Any more questions? Tidak. IO yang lain bagi Fayyadh adalah ASP Ari Krishnan. Untuk saya adalah ASP Sabri Yenting. Sabri Yenting, YENTENG. There's two separate investigations. On me, they have opened a separate investigation paper under Section 505B of the Penal Code.
Ya, soalan-soalan yang diajukan pernah dijawab secara spesifik lah apa yang terjadi, berapa orang polis yang Fayyadh nampak mengacukan senapang gas pemberi mata, dan apabila tembakan itu dilepaskan, tembakan kedua tu terus terkena muka Fayyadh. Dan ketika Fayyadh dan Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim berundur ke belakang untuk lari, dia masih nampak satu lagi tembakan melepasi kepala dia dalam jarak 5 meter. Maknanya mereka masih melepaskan tembakan after tembakan, walaupun keadaan kumpulan itu kecil sahaja dan di dalam terowong. And this is clearly in violation of the standard operating procedure on discharging firearms, because it's clearly stated in one of the canisters that we found that it stated that do not fire directly, death or injury may result. So what they were doing that day, it's very clear that they were aiming at these protesters, at certain individuals, particularly Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim dan juga terkena Fayyadh. They were aiming to injure and also cause death in this case. Looking at the seriousness of the injury that Fayyadh suffered on that day, it's clearly telling what was going on that day.
Can I just add on to what she said just now? I think because this point has been overlooked, what she mentioned. There's another canister as Anwar Ibrahim was moving away, closely missed him. Fayyadh is testified to that, he saw it, So there you can see the rapidity with which the firing was done. And another one just missed Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. So I think that's quite a key point, sir.
How long did the questioning take?
For Fayyadh, almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. The police also showed the pictures taken by the police officers showing Fayyadh's serious injury. He was bleeding from his nose to his ears, and it's really, really severe.
Fad, how about the medical report, Fad?
The medical report, they have access to the medical report because they have contacted the doctor, they have interviewed the doctor, and even the police was shocked. The police officer in charge was shocked at the finding of the doctor, saying that how serious the injury is, and if if there was delay on that day from giving treatment to Fayyadh, it can cause serious injuries, including death.
Did they say how long the investigation will take? Did they say how long the investigation will take?
They've not mentioned anything about that, but they're saying that they're trying to close the investigation as soon as possible.
What about the questioning of Surendran? How long did it take?
It didn't take very long because I take the view that this is an uncalled for investigation, and I said whatever that I want to say, I will say it in court. However, I did inform them that I stand by what I have said regarding what happened in the KL Central underpass, and I stand by my statement that the incident must be classified as attempted murder. I will not back off 1 inch of that.
About how long is not very long?
About half an hour. About I think 40-45 minutes. It's about 45 minutes.
Dengan statement Fayyadh tadi, adakah Fayyadh berjaya menjelaskan secara jelas tentang kejadian yang di-experience?
Ya, Fayyadh telah dengan konsistennya seperti mana yang telah dinyatakan di dalam polis report dan juga kenyataan Fayyadh sendiri, memang secara jelas, secara detail Fayyadh menceritakan bagaimana mereka mengacukan senapang pemberi mata dan melepaskan tembakan, dan bagaimana peluru yang dilepaskan itu masih melintasi kepala walaupun mereka sedang lari untuk melepaskan diri di eskalator.
Saudara rasa?
Yeah, I just want to add just one observation, final observation. The IGPs and other senior police officers' recent statements in response to comments criticizing their actions in the rally appears to be now an exercise of intimidation. Instead of investigating objectively and independently, their response is to try to intimidate, threaten people who are saying these things happen or these acts of violence happen. And today's example is lawyer Surendran being questioned by the police in response to his statement that what happened in the tunnel in KL Central is basically a serious crime committed by the FRU personnel, shooting the tear gas and with an intent to cause serious injury and or death. I will endorse that statement because what happened is very clear. The injury that Fayyadh sustained, and not only his injury, two other persons had injuries to the head. YB Khalid Samad was injured at the back of the head, and Balai, Ketua Cabang Klang, was also then hit on the head. Now, when we just heard from Surendran that Dato' Sri Anwar had another tear gas canister narrowly missing his head. This is no coincidence. They were aiming at the heads of people. And obviously, those tear gas guns can be quite accurate. You can aim at a head and you can actually hit a person's head. And as we know from the warning on the tear gas canister itself, it can cause serious injury or death. So those police officers were committing serious crimes. And the investigation should be classified as attempted murder. And we want the IGP and the other police officers stop threatening people, stop threatening anybody who is raising these issues and trying to intimidate us into silence. This will not work.
Yes.
Fayyadh still covers
Okay. So next, what about Fayyadh?
Statement sedang diambil daripada mereka. Di nanti Koya berada dengan mereka. One by one, the statements are being recorded. We hope that they will be released later after the statements are recorded. But again, kita ulangi sekali lagi.
So now so far they're satisfied with the statement lah.
Tangkapan adalah salah di sisi utama.
Surely there's a consistent one.
Dan tidak demokratik. Langsung tidak demokratik. Hanya kerajaan dan polis telah overreact. Apa pun berlaku telah mula overreact. Tidak ada